She is both intelligent, she's fun, she is somebody who likes to get things done, and I would describe her as somebody who is willing to take on any project that you hand her and do it really well, on time.
Julie has a real long-term perspective on things. She was actually the first advanced practice clinician in Sutter Medical Group over 30 years ago.
She was, at the time that she was working as a lab tech, she was kind of searching around for something more that would be fulfilling. And she met a friend who was a PA, and she had never heard of the profession before, and just decided that that was something that really suited her.
I think she was one of the few in her class that were not nurses. My mother was an only child. My mother had no idea how to handle a brood of 9, really.
So she was like our second mom. And I say to people that my older brothers and sisters, but mostly Julie really was, my parents were like upper management, and Julie was like my direct line supervisor, you know, who I reported to daily.
She does have a lot of natural leader attributes. You want to be around her. She's a competent presence in any room where she is. So when she's working on something, you get the feeling that she was inviting me in, and I can do this too, because she's kind of motivating and inspiring and bringing other people along without making it look hard. So I think her combination of being inclusive with people and just her intense friendly nature makes that leadership style inspirational to everybody.
By far, Julie's greatest strength is her ability to listen. She allows you to state your opinion or your perspective or provide the knowledge that you have to bear on a situation. And so by far, her listening skills is what took her so far. And I think I've seen that reflected over and over in the comments people have made about Julie over the years.
What I think is one of her greatest strengths is Julie's patience. Julie is a patient individual who is the perfect person to teach and mentor new leaders.
When you're with Julie, it is absolutely a safe space for everybody within eyesight, earshot, and she really did teach me a lot just about that being a welcoming presence, having an open and vulnerable attitude, and really that personal vulnerability, openness, and warmth just puts everyone at ease who's in her presence, and then it makes everything easy, even when you have a difficult task ahead.
Julie was a ubiquitous presence at American Academy of Family Physicians, American Medical Association, and California Academy of Family Physician meetings. I don't know how she did it, but there she was, patient, attentive, collaborative, and above all, kind.
She's represented Sutter Medical Group and Sutter Health in a variety of forums, not only in California through CAPA, but the National Association for Physician Assistants. I think she's been not only a role model, but really a true partner in the work that we do in ensuring that we can provide excellent care to our patients. And it's the way she interacts with their physician as well as APC colleagues that really shines a light on how we all can show up.
She truly is a legend in our profession. She has made changes in our profession that go beyond what an average person can do. Our profession in California would not be where it is if it wasn't for Julie.
A few years back in the House of Delegates, Julie had been on the floor speaking on one of the topics. And towards the end of her speaking on the floor on this topic, someone shouts out, "Julie, we love you." And then there becomes this huge chorus as she finishes speaking of, "Julie, we love you." And this persisted for a couple years past that. Every time that she spoke, you would occasionally hear people go, "Julie, we love you." And definitely, Julie, we do love you.
You just felt like, I don't want to say this because it's a workplace, but I'm going to say it. She just really made you feel loved.
And if you're Julie's friend, you know it. Last week we had a little fire close to where I live, and one of the first texts I received was one from Julie saying, if you need to evacuate, come here.
You know, I hang out with Julie at meetings, and you cannot go from point A to point B quickly because she knows everybody. And if she doesn't know somebody, she will know them by the end of the meeting. And everybody comes up and she says hi to everybody. Everybody wants to say hi to her. It's like she has this this friendship glow.
She is a beautiful person. She's the person that I think of who always, at least pre-COVID, every time I saw her would come up and give me a big hug. She's warm, welcoming, and just brightens everyone's day.
I always knew that when I got to see Julie that it was going to be a good experience, that I was going to meet someone that would be happy to see me.
Julie is a very loving person, and she has a good heart and has always been very loving and very generous with everyone around her.
I want to say thank you, Julie, for all that you've done for your profession and for healthcare in California and the nation. You are truly a national treasure.
Julie, you just are so phenomenal. I do not have the words to describe how much you have helped me and how much you have done for this profession. And I just want to thank you for your leadership. I want to thank you for your patience. I want to thank you for your kindness. And at the end of the day, I want you to know that you were the best teacher ever.
Julie is just an incredible person, and I don't think people will realize how much she's touched their lives until she's not doing the things that she's been doing. She'll go on and do other really incredible things, but the impact I think she's made on the profession has been great.
I also want to wish you a wonderful journey in your retirement, and I hope that you have many new adventures. And I'd like to say congratulations to you on the Pride of the Profession Award.
My funniest memory of Julie is when I was on the House of Delegates and I would call her my chief. I have never seen Julie blush until I started calling her chief for the rest of the time that we were together, until this day. She will always be my chief.
Being honest and being forthright and being persistent, just a very strong person.
She was always low-key, kind, explained what she was saying.
Never ever full of herself or coming to any kind of situation with an attitude of, oh, she knew it all.
I think it's really about when she enters the room and she gives you that big warm smile and opens her arms to give you a hug. I think of Julie as being that person, that warm, generous, kind spirit.
Level-headed, intelligent, practical, caring. That's a good set of 4 adjectives to go with right there.